Okay, for this, now this might look very similar to what you just saw, but what you saw was a closed circle, which means multiplication. This is not a closed circle, it's open. So what this is actually telling us to do is it's saying it's a composite function. So we have to write this as a composite function. So what this means, g of h of n, is it's actually g of h of n. So what you do, again, that's how it's worded, g of h of n. So following the order of operations, you have to do the innermost parentheses first. N is representing n, so we have to look at h of n. Okay, h of n equals negative 3n plus 2. There's nothing we can do with that. I'll show you an example here where, after I go through this problem, where you can do something with that. So, but then so basically we have to do g of h of n. So that means my g of n here is actually hn. And h of n equals negative 3n plus 2. So this is g of negative 3n plus 2. So that means I need to take this expression and plug it in for every n in this original expression. So it's going to be negative 3n plus 2 squared plus 4 plus 2 negative 3n plus 2. And then it's just multiply and simplify and combine like terms. So negative 3n plus 2, or squared, would be negative 3n plus 2 times negative 3n plus 2, and we FOIL or distribute. So that's going to be 9n squared minus 6n plus 4. And then I have this plus 4 that's going to get brought down. And then here I need to distribute the 2 to each term, so it's going to be plus a negative 6n, and then plus 4. And then it's just a matter of combining all of our like terms. So it's 9n squared, we have negative 6n plus negative 6n plus negative 6n, which is negative 18n. And then here we have 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 12. So we have 9n squared minus 18n plus 12. So that is what g of h of n, the composite function, equals there. You'll see some problems like that in your textbook that when we work on that. Now, I also said I'd show you an example of where we would have to do something like this, or with this. If you had this, g of h of 2. Okay, so that means it's going to be g of h, sorry, I wrote that wrong, g of h of 2, goodness, I wrote that wrong too, g of h of 2, okay? So again, we do the innermost parentheses first, so we do h of 2. Now you should know that that means my n is equal to 2, so I plug in 2 for n and simplify that. So h of 2 equals negative 3 times 2 plus 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. So h of 2 equals negative 4. So now here it's basically g of negative 4, because h of 2 equals negative 4. So now you take negative 4 and you plug that in for every n in the original expression, or in g of n. So g of negative 4 equals negative 4 squared plus 4 plus 2n. Negative 4 squared is 16. 2 times negative 4, sorry, I should have put 2 times negative 4 in here. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So 16 plus 4 is 20, and 20 minus 8 is 12. So that's kind of how you do composite functions. You do the first one, get that value, plug that value into the next one. Even if it's an expression, you have to do it the same way.